Hello everybody, my name is Christian Aldo and welcome to this edition of The Plastic General. In today's episode, we're going to travel to the countryside of France and we've been invited to go along with an elite German tank unit of Tiger 1 tanks, and just so happens the leader of the unit, his name is Michael Wittmann. They say he's a tank ace. I don't know. Is he? We're going to see how good he really is. Maybe it's just propaganda. I don't know. But we're going to hang out and we're going to see how a Tiger 1 works in battle. And don't ask me how I get these security clearances. It's a mystery to me. Anyway, sound exciting? Let's go to war. Fire!
So, Vittman, the rumors are that you are the best.
Well, I have the Iron Cross First Class with diamonds.
Commander Vittman, we're ready.
Haha, you're on. Let's get us started.
Hey everybody, I gotta say I'm really excited to be back making regular episodes again. This is episode 37, Tank Ace. And right off the bat, I want to thank all the subscribers to the show, and especially to the fans of the show on Patreon, because those small pledges that they make every month help pay for the very camera that we're shooting this episode on now. You probably can see the big difference between the Samsung that I've just gotten because of you guys, and then the old junker camera that I was using. So I just want to say thank you for that. Anyway, let's get into the first introductions of all these amazing new toys. Okay, are you ready? Let's get to the first object of your desires. This is the new 132 scale Forces of Valor early production Tiger 1. They claim it's the Kursk 1943 edition, and who am I to dispute them? The Plastic General knows nothing, except for what the toy companies tell me. Anyway, this is a beautiful model, and Walterson's is doing an incredible job. It comes with a 132 figure, of course, and let's just give you a quick little tour around this amazing model. It's got the grenade or smoke launchers up front. It's got beautiful opening hatches, they open and close. It's got a beautiful opening hatch here at the back, for the gunner to escape from. The front hatch is open also. It's got a really nice camouflage paint job. It's got a good commander that comes with it. The commander is a repeat of the old commander that they had. So the old commander had a black paint job. This one's got a gray paint job, whatever. Whoever you get, that's what you get. I'm wearing black, so let's use the guy dressed in black. Let me put my glasses on so you get a better look here. Okay, what else? Oh, because this is an early production Tiger, It's got the earlier style muffler and filtration, you know, like exhaust and filtration. So that's what this is, and this, and then these hoses and stuff. Oh, and at the back, you can get access to the motor, because I know with your toys, your motors break down. I mean, they need fixing. Yeah, right. And over here, you can have access to the fuel tanks, but opening them up is a bit hazardous. You know, you got to remember, guys, these are model toys. I mean, so they will break if you play with them too much, but they're pretty sturdy, but you just got to be careful. It's got the old style road wheels here. It's got some mud flaps that work back here. You can also send away and get the metal tank treads, the proper metal ones. The skirts here come in separate parts. You have to put them on. But I myself, when Forces of Valor toys arrive, I always have my super glue ready, because I don't want parts falling all over the place or pieces breaking off, like the lights and stuff. So I glued my skirts on. I just want this thing to be as solid as possible. So there you go, guys. Forces of Valor, 1/32 scale, early production, Tiger 1 by Walterson's / Forces of Valor. And it's a little pricey, but it's worth it. Okay, check this out. This is an offering that was released in the early 2000s by Dragon. And their series was called Can Do. It was a bit of a failed series, but this was one of their, probably their best offering, and it should be of interest to all of you. What they are, this is the Can Do Tank Aces series by Dragon. They are in 1/35th, but don't sweat it, because this supposedly is a 1/32 scale figure by Forces of Valor. Look at the size difference. There ain't none. Okay, so don't get all stuck up on that. These are amazing figures. They're rubber, and they're pre-painted, and they're beautifully detailed. And here you have, this is the famous Michael Wittmann, the Tiger Ace. There's his character figure, and I think this is his famous gunner. I think his name is Kurt, I believe. I could be wrong. And then this guy over here is Karl Heinz, and this guy over here is Hans. He's sitting down, and then this guy over here is Wool or Vol, or whatever you want to say. Anyways, it's a fantastic set. It's no longer in production, but you can find them on eBay. It's worth it. It'd probably be about $100 for all 6 figures. But this one's special, because this one is the same figure as this, except they put a commander's hat on him. So maybe, I don't know, but this is the really rare one to get. So if you can pick them up, Dragon Can Do Tiger Ace series, and there you have it. Let's see, what's the next thing? Oh, there it is. Oh, okay, so the next, it's way too hot in here. I can't take it. Okay, we're on with the next offering. And again, it's by Forces of Valor, Waltersons. And this is, again, it's kind of an earlier Sherman. And you can always tell an earlier Sherman because on the turret, there's only one hatch. And they stayed on the box that this is the one, Italy, M4 Sherman, Italy, whatever. But you know what? It's useful anywhere. What else? Oh, but it's been totally retooled. It's got a different front than the old Forces of Valor Sherman. And but it also, the best thing about it, it's got this amazing spring suspension on the side. It's really impressively made, beautifully painted. But you know, oh, look at this. The hatch opens up at the back to reveal a little bit of the engine. And then the engine on top here, the deck on the engine deck comes off to reveal the engine. And you know, again, it's because I know you guys play so hard. And of course, your engine will need an overhaul. And that's why they thought about you and to get the access. So there it is, man. The M4 Sherman by Waltersons / Forces of Valor. It's a fantastic, it's their best Sherman they've ever done. Oh, even the pistol port opens. Let's get that pistol. So if someone climbs up on the Sherman, you can shoot them in the face. It's awesome. Highly recommended. Okay, I'm ready to bring out one of the big guns. You ready for this? Well, it technically doesn't really have that big of a gun. This is supposedly a 132 scale Churchill tank by Frontline Figures. Now, this particular model was made in 2001, and Frontline Figures was a company, or is a company, I think they maybe they're still in business. They create vehicles and figures for the metal collectors market, but that won't stop me, man, because if I want a Churchill tank, I want a Churchill tank. This thing is like solid porcelain. I suspect it's slightly oversized. Now, trying to buy this thing would be very, very expensive. If you're lucky, you might find one on eBay. Some collectors selling theirs. I got lucky, and someone was selling it because it had the gun broken off and the hatches were broken. And so, you know, I'm a handy guy, so I knew I could fix it. It also came with two figures. They're British tankers, but unfortunately, I can't use them with this vehicle now because the hatches are glued shut. But how they make it is they have no legs so that they can just easily fit into a hatch, and it looks like they're in their hatch. But they're really useful for other vehicles. But this thing is a fantastic find. If you can score it, and you know, it's a 1944 or 1944 Churchill tank, man. It's fantastic if you can score it. But you know, guys, makers out there, maybe Waltersons, hey, come on, man. There's a market for a Churchill tank, so that'd be nice to see. Make it!
Vittman, regrettably, my engine is overheating and I must return to base. Good luck on your hunt!
Okay, our next two offerings are British variants of the M4 Shermans, starting with this one by 21st Century Toys. This one was released at the beginning of the 21st century, and it's a British Firefly. Now, it's out of production, obviously, but they're very common to find on eBay. They won't kill you or anything. Of course, all the hatches open, everything. But I'll tell some of you out there about the Firefly was kind of the British augmenting the Sherman for their own personal needs. And plus they gained a lot of experience in World War II, and they realized right off the bat, you gotta put two hatches in a Sherman, man. Because when these things get hit, they catch on fire, people gotta escape. So they put those in. They also, back here, they have a stowage compartment and also a counterweight. Why? Of course, because they installed the British 17-pounder high-velocity anti-tank gun, which was a really smart move for the Brits. And this thing was a threat to German armor, for sure. And they made a couple other little components, like a little hood here over the machine gun, the front machine gun. But this is a great, tank. It doesn't specifically have a real British tank commander figure that comes with it. But of course, there's lots of British figures out there you can put inside there. But the next one is a true vintage Holy Grail. Here it is. Okay, guys, are you ready for this true vintage Holy Grail? Here we go. Vroom, bum, 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 brum. That's right. This is the last thing that Airfix ever released to their 132 World War II plastic line. And it was an M4 Sherman. And what happened was Airfix discontinued their 132 line, but this got finished. So maybe a decade and a half later, I think it was Classic Toy Soldiers that got a hold of the mold, and they pumped them out in like the mid-90s. And then they slowly sold off, and they'll probably never see the light of day again. But here it is. It's just like a soft plastic Sherman. It comes in about 6 parts, and it's very rare. If you see one, man, just scoop them up. You'll probably pay between $75 and $100, maybe $50 if you find one used. I painted mine up with like British sort of paint job. But what makes me think that this is a British Sherman, because Airfix did everything from a British slant, is they have the mud fenders and the mud flaps, and the Americans didn't bother with those. And so you can look it up on Google it, and a lot of the British Shermans had these sort of like these mud guards, strange fenders. It's not very attractive, but then again, British tanks were never attractive. Oh yes, never attractive. So anyway, that's the 132 scale British M4 Sherman. And good luck finding it. If you find it, get it. And now for my very last offering. The 132 scale Revel 1B Typhoon ground attack plane. So this was the British, this was the best ground attack plane, but it kind of happened by accident because they wanted it to be a fighter, but for some reason it had lots of teething problems and the engine problems and structural problems. But then they found out later on, it's like, wait, this makes a fantastic, because of the airframe, it made a fantastic ground attack plane, and that's what it excelled at. It's got 4 gigantic Hispano cannons on it, cannon machine guns, and then, but I improvised and put rockets on the bottom because supposedly it's one of these Typhoons that actually took out Michael Wittmann's Tiger. So we'll see what happens. We'll see who really took it out. Also, it's got a few bombs on there too, because like I said, it was total ground attack, and it was a really fast, really great fighter. So these are super cheap and they're everywhere. The world is saturated with them. You can buy them from the first issue to the latest issue. This thing's been reissued 1 million times by Revel. So you can pick it up any old place. And that's it. Don't ask me how I survived that explosion. I think I got blown out of one of the hatches. Oh, by the way, in case you didn't know, Michael Wittmann is dead. He's totally dead. Anyway, that's all for today. Oh yeah, listen, if you have any comments, please put comments in the comment section. If you saw any historical accuracies, which you won't, put them in the comments and I'll write you back and I'll challenge you. Your knowledge versus my knowledge. Yeah, and don't forget to subscribe too, please. And a special thanks to everybody on Patreon. You know, those $2 or $5 a month help us procure real Tiger 1 tanks like this from the Bovington Tank Museum in England. Shipped all the way over here. 60 tons. Yeah. Anyway, my name is Christian Aldo. I'm the Plastic General. Long live 132, World War II. Until next time.